All right, good morning. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Let's see, Facebook. Waiting on Facebook so then we can, there we go. All right. A 6-second delay. Food for thought. Make sure our chat's working. And it is. Awesome. Good morning, Matt. Good morning, Mother. So happy Monday. It's a little drizzly out there, but it is the 18th. Most of you, hopefully, most of you are are part of phase 1. I know a lot of my friends that are gym owners and such are not phase 1. They are phase 4 currently. You know, that can all change. I think that they're probably going to tweak this as they go. But nonetheless, hopefully some of you are able to go back to work this week. And, you know, that's getting back into the groove, getting back into the swing of things. A lot of times it's great because it's almost like that fresh start. I think a lot of you probably wanted that, needed that. So today, last week, we talked about perspective, and towards the end of the week in relation to that image from historic.com or historic on Instagram. So that kind of got me thinking. This week is going to be similar kind of stuff, but you know, it's going to be about, you know, today, something that I thought of is, are you doing things to stay busy? Or are you doing things to be productive? So there's a huge difference between the two. And this is something I was through one of the books that I'm reading, and then even an audio book, they had kind of touched on this a little bit. And, you know, they said, like, let's just use the office environment. Are you sitting in your office, or now that you're back to work, are you sitting in your office and, you know, you're on your computer and you're doing stuff, but you're not maximizing your time, right? You're not being as, you know, when this comes down to efficiency, are you being efficient with what you're doing, or are you just kind of doing things to do them? And the big difference between them is a lot of times when we're busy, we're not necessarily invested in what we're doing, right? Like, we're doing something because we kind of have to do it, versus we're doing something because you know, one, I need to do it, but two, I also get a sense of satisfaction from doing it. And I use this a lot with my endurance athletes, is or any athlete, anyone that's doing a workout, is what is the purpose of your workout? So are you doing a workout to just go through the motions of that workout, or are you doing the workout, what's the purpose? So if I just said, like, every day I want you to do hill repeats, obviously that's a horrible idea, because they're gonna end up injured. But if they're sitting there doing the hill sprints and they say, like, well, what is the purpose of this workout? And I'm like, well, because it's really hard. And you know, they're like, okay, you know, it is really hard. So that, you know, must be the purpose is that I have a really hard workout. And so that's something to keep them busy, but that's not something that's productive. Now, that's not to say, like, that stuff isn't productive. It can be, but, you know, take that to, you know, the work environment. If you are, if you're in your office, and again, you're screwing around on Facebook for part of the time, you answer a couple of emails, and then, you know, you've got a group chat going on over here, and you're kind of doing stuff, but you're not really, like, absolutely, like, just checking things off your list. Like, I come into my office and I sit down, here's one of my Post-its for today, here's another one for today, and, like, before I leave, all these have to be crossed off. And if I do that, then I know that I had a productive day. And obviously for me, being back in the office, that is hugely important. because when I'm at home, it's easy to kind of like fall through more of that busy than productive. So going back to the fitness side, if you've been a member of a gym and you've taken a class and you just go in there and you get your ass kicked every day, if you were to step back and say like, okay, what is the purpose of this? Is the purpose of this class to just kick my ass? Or is the purpose of this, or are they preparing me for something? And if their mission is to just make you sore and make you sweat, I'm not saying that's good or bad, but eventually what is that going to lead to? That's going to lead to you starting to get turned off by that. And that's one of the things that a lot of people, that's why they go through phases with, oh, well, like right now I really love CrossFit. Okay, now I'm shifting more over to a HIIT style workout at Orange Theory Fitness. And then, well, now I'm kind of, because they're kind of losing that purpose of like, what am I truly trying to get out of this workout? And, that stuff happens all the time. And again, it's not necessarily good or bad. It's just that you want to pay attention to that so that you can stay productive and you can stay focused on the productivity piece. So, think about that in some of the things that you do. If we take that to nutrition, it's a little bit different, but not entirely. So are we eating healthy foods, because that's what we're told to do? Or are we doing that from like an intrinsic, like, again, that internal, like, I want to truly be healthy, so I'm going to eat healthy foods, versus, well, my coach says that I should eat, green beans and green vegetables and chicken, so I'm going to eat that, but I absolutely hate everything that I'm doing, and it's just a matter of time before I fail. That's kind of the same concept of, if I look at a meal, it's like, okay, what is the purpose of this meal? Is this meal going to help me recover from my workout, or is this meal going to check the boxes to, appease my coach or appease my meal plan, but I absolutely hate it? If it's the second one, the first opportunity you have to quote unquote fail or to fall off or to cheat, you're going to do it because you don't like what you're doing. So then all of a sudden it's super easy for you to turn around and say, I've been really good for the last 4 days. I think I've earned this cheat meal. Well, if you're truly eating to improve your health, like there's a completely different paradigm there. So if you look at it from that context of, with nutrition, am I eating to become the healthiest version of me? And to be the healthiest version of me, this is what I have to do. And this is what I want to do. And that's the more important piece, is the want to do. I want to make sure that I eat a very good breakfast, a very good lunch, a very good dinner, and then a couple of snacks in between there. I really want to, because I want to be the healthiest version of me, versus the other person who's like, well, part of me wants to do that. Like, I'd like to be healthy. I'd like to look good naked. I'd like to have six-pack abs, but I'm not willing to put in the work. So what's the least amount that I have to do to get there? Okay, well, I can take this fad diet pill and I can jump on this fad diet for a little while, and then I can binge on the weekend. Well, guess what? You're going to be right back where you started. 99% of the time, you will be right back where you started. And a lot of people see that, and then they're like, oh, well, keto didn't work for me, or paleo didn't work for me, or whatever diet didn't work for me. And it's like, no, you didn't work for you, because you're not being productive, you're being busy. So there's a huge difference between the two. And, today we talk about, from fitness, are your workouts productive? Are they helping you get to that next level? Or are they just something to make you hurt and keep you busy? And then from the nutrition side, are the food choices you are making to truly help you become healthier and what you want? Or are they just, you're trying to appease some person out there in space, because that's what you think you're supposed to eat? or that's what you were told is healthy. Well, you know, you have to always want to do this for you and for, this goes all the way back to like week 1 or 2 of your why. Like, what is your why? If your why is that you want to walk your daughter down the aisle at her wedding and play with your grandkids and, be the literal best version of you, the healthiest version of you that you've ever had in your life, and you're not willing to sacrifice, Michael Jordan. Sorry, I'm interrupted by some folks from over on Twitch. Good morning, Twitchers. Yeah, Michael Jordan is a great example of all of this, because Michael Jordan just put his head down and did work. I still have to watch that documentary on Jordan and the Bulls and all those guys. I really want to do that. If only my kids would go to bed a couple hours earlier, and that would allow me a half hour or 45 minutes to do that. But are those, like, you have to think back to what is your motivation? What is your why? I don't have a daughter, so okay. I look like someone's dad. Well, that happens. I promise I'm not your father. But you have to know your why. You have to understand like what that motivation is. So that's today is, are you busy or are you productive? And you want to spend more time being productive than being busy in every aspect of your life. So I hope you guys have a great day. I'm going to try to line up a couple of awesome people later this week, and I'll keep you posted on that. But have a great day. Enjoy, if you're in Central New York, enjoy phase 1 for your first full week. For those of you who are part of phase 1 and able to get back out, go to work, don't forget your masks if you've got to go out in public. It's not about you, it's about other people. So don't be selfish. Wear your mask to protect yourself and others. Continue to practice your social distancing and all that fun stuff. And, be thankful if you're part of phase 1 that you get to actually go back to work. There's so many people that are still unable to work. I believe Las Vegas is still shut down, which to me, that's been like, that's crazy, because you think of how much money goes through Vegas. And when they first got shut down with the quarantine, how many hundreds of thousands of people that worked in the casinos lost their jobs. Even if it's temporary, it's still something that, this sucks, but it does look like we are starting to get on the other side of it. I know we pay a lot of attention to the international side of things too, because of our au pair. And, Italy is starting to open up. Germany is starting to open up. So other countries are starting to open up as well. So hopefully the world is starting to get a grip on, the way this COVID thing is right now. And so, but continue to be safe, continue to be smart, and remember, continue to not be selfish, because it's not about you and your inconvenience with wearing these masks or taking some of these precautions. It's, you don't know the person that you're walking by possibly, and you don't want to pass anything on to them. So hope you guys have a great day. Spend a lot of time being productive. It's always great. It's always gratifying when you get to cross things off your to-do list. And I'm pretty excited about the guests that I want to get on this week. So I hope you guys have a great day. Enjoy what we have for warm weather. If you're, again, pack a raincoat, go out for a walk, get some fresh air, be productive. Have a great day, guys.